How confident are you looking into the third quarter that we're all going to still be wanting to get on eBay and do our buying and our selling in a virtual kind of way?
Well, we're right on track with where we want to be, Caroline. If you look at Q2, a very strong quarter overall, revenue up 11%, and came in, ahead of where all of expectations were, which is great. And as we look forward to the back half of the year, it's right on plan with what we thought. Importantly, Q2 was a great quarter for us. Also in the portfolio simplification, we sold our ad-to-event business and announced the sale of our Korea business. In total, since StubHub, that's created $20 billion of value for our shareholders. So the business is doing well and great return for our shareholders.
What's the identity here that we're going for here, Jamie? I mean, you've been obviously only there a little bit of time here relative to other CEOs in the industry here, but you've made a lot of moves already. You've made some interesting divestitures. And I'm wondering, what's the sort of general identity that you feel like you're pushing eBay towards?
Yeah, we're really leaning into where eBay can win, and that's in this non-new in season. It's a $500 billion opportunity, and it's massive. Take, for example, sneakers. We really invested in that business. We're now authenticating sneakers in both directions, and we've now authenticated close to 1 million items. We added that to high-end watches. We just announced handbags over 500. So we're changing the level of trust on the platform. We're appealing to a younger demographic. That sneaker buyer tends to be a Gen Z or a millennial. And we're leaning in category by category to make sure that we have the best experiences across eBay. And it's really working. Those categories are growing double digits despite lapping the huge comps from last year.
Talk to us about that high-end consumer. Are they willing to spend? How prevalent are they? Is any of the stimulus fading impacting that consumer? Because analysts are noting you've gone all in on this high-value, really enthusiastic buyer.
Yeah, it's important for us because those 20% are high-value buyers. They spend $800 a year, or over $800. They shop 6 times a year, or they're buyers who sell. And those 20% of our buyers represent 75% of our business. And they're growing versus last year, and they're spending more versus last year, which is great. And we're leaning into a lot of our categories. I talked about authentication for handbags over $500. We're expanding what we did in sneakers to UK, Canada, and Australia. And this playbook that we have is really working of changing the customer experience. Our customer experience in these categories we focused on is over 90, which is really fantastic. And that's at the heart of eBay, is these enthusiast buyers. They wake up, they grab a cup of coffee, and they get on the eBay app and start looking for stuff to buy.
And they buy trading cards. Talk to us about, I got completely sucked into this world of trading cards that's burning so bright for eBay at the moment. But you're also not only doing trading cards, but non-fungible tokens, NFTs, the virtual realm of trading cards and collectibles. How much is that picking up as a part of the growth business?
Yeah, we've always been known for collectibles. It's always been a very strong business for us. To date, just this year, we've sold $2 billion in trading cards. And that's equal to all of what we did last year. And we're investing in that business because there's real enthusiasts. So to sell your trading cards now, it's actually done via computer vision. So you just hold your trading card up to your camera and we recognize it and list it quickly. We just launched a price guide for trading cards because we have 25 years of data, a real treasure trove, and that's making a huge difference. And finally, the ability to put your collection of trading cards online just launched. So really leading into that category and seeing great growth.
Talk to me about the payment system here, Jamie. Where's that going?
It's performing really well. So we're actually ahead of expectations. So we're now managing payments on the platform. Last quarter, we managed 71% of payments. We exited the quarter at 80%. And next quarter, we plan to do 90% of payments on the platform. We're live in every single country. And the experience is great because you no longer have to separate payment from commerce. So now that's all one transaction. And it's enabled us to do great things like get rid of unpaid items for our sellers, which they're ecstatic about, they really love. And for buyers, they now have more payment choices. So we couldn't be more pleased. We'll do $1.8 billion in revenue in payments just this year and be complete with the migration by the end of this year.
Push us forward, if you will. Some analysts were noting in the second half of this year, you're up against tough comps. What levers can you pull to make sure that you're doing all that you can to meet the tough comps on a year-over-year basis?
Yeah, a couple things. One is we're leaning in on these high enthusiast buyers, and it's a real vector of growth and opportunity for us. Two is we're continuing to roll out more categories with our innovation playbook. Just an example is our motors, parts, and accessories. Another example where we have a great enthusiast market. Just this quarter, we launched a new motorcycle parts finder that's really resonating. We expanded our My Garage feature. And so we're going category by category and really expanding it. The other thing that we're doing is involving our sellers more in bringing buyers back to the platform. So we just launched the ability for sellers to give coupons to the buyers that have purchased from them or were interested in their items. In just a few months, already 1 million buyers have started using those coupons. And that's a program that's just getting started. So leveraging the power of 19 million sellers to help attract even more than 159 million buyers, that's the scale of eBay.
Jamie, we're just seeing pictures of enthusiastic employees, not only just your buyers and your sellers that are using your platform. We're just hearing, but moments ago, Facebook pushing back its return to work date out to 2022. How are you how are you thinking about return for work? Where are your employees at the moment, and how are you supporting them through this?
Safety of our employees is our #1 priority. We're in a voluntary stage in most of our markets around the world for people to come back, but doing so in a very safe way, in conjunction with local guidelines. We did push our U.S. opening back to October for our employees, just given the variations that are happening there. But we continue to be focused on, how do we keep our employees safe? The benefit of eBay being a technology and digital company is we've learned very effectively how to work remotely and in this hybrid environment.
You are a technology company, and obviously that hybrid environment could sort of work to your advantage here. When we talk to a lot of companies that deal with physical goods here, there are a lot of supply chain issues. I know eBay is sort of a unique situation in the way that those goods pass through the individual sellers here, but I would think that there has to be some discussion here at the corporate level about how you manage maybe some of these issues with things getting in and out of the country and just around the country once it's on our shores.
It's one of the beauties of eBay is we've made it really easy for sellers to export their inventory all around the world. I was talking to a seller who's in Pasadena, California, and they had moved their business all online on eBay. And now he has access to 190 countries that he can ship to. And he said to me, I'm looking up in Google some of the countries I'm shipping to. I've never heard of it before. So we've done a really good job building a platform that makes it easy to do cross-border trade, and that's a benefit. Also, when other people's supply chains get choked or have issues, the distribution of our inventory all throughout the country and all throughout the world is a key strategic advantage for us and for our sellers.
Jamie, you've been returning money to shareholders, not only through your share price increase, but also with buybacks and the like. How do you see that as the best use of money at the moment? How much do you want to be paying to that particular stakeholder vis-a-vis perhaps investing within the business?
The beauty of our model is that we can actually do it all. If you look at the free cash flow that the business generates, in addition to the $20 billion of value we just created for investors, we have the ability to do our first priority, which is reinvest in our core business, both through organic and inorganic opportunities, as well as return value back to shareholders through buybacks and dividends. If I look back to when we split from PayPal in 2015, we returned over $23 billion in value to shareholders through buybacks and dividends. And just this year, we just increased our projection for our share buyback from $2 billion to $5 billion. So the beauty of our model is that we have the flexibility to do both, and we're going to be balanced and disciplined in how we do it.